it was experience that I have never had anywhere else. And possibly I wouldn't be myself if it hadn't been for those 2 years.
I've had quite a unique UWC experience in that my dad was head of art. So I grew up in this idealistic dream world where you got to play in a castle. What my parents taught me from a young age was the idea of international understanding.
So basically, when I went to AC, by taking distance from home and seeing how people were so engaged in debating global issues, having their own opinion, proposing projects, activities, allowed me to see that I, as a teenager, was able to have that too. Like I was able to have my own voice.
I found the attitudes towards my nation, towards being British, quite challenging. I found that surprising and hurtful until I figured out why people have that reaction to Britain and Brits. When I came to AC, I thought that America was the most hated country in the world. And I suddenly discovered that actually it isn't. It's Britain. And I had sort of felt on top of the food chain in terms of Britain was an inclusive society, a friendly society. We had given a lot to the world. We hadn't done much damage. And then suddenly at the age of 16, I discovered that that is entirely incorrect. And that through my self-image, my image of my country, it threw it completely. And I suddenly realized, I think that was the point at which I realized that what you are experiencing and what you have experienced is not necessarily the truth.
I played on the football team. I was the football captain. We were a super international team, of course. My vice captain was a guy from South Africa. And we were connected through football, but I can remember on the bus on the way back from one of the football games having a conversation with him about what his life was like in South Africa when he grew up. His dad was the janitor, and he went to that school, and it was a very privileged school. Lots of white kids in this school, and he was a black kid growing up in South Africa, and his dad was the janitor, and he slept in this small little apartment connected to the school. And him being competitive, he became the smartest kid in the school and worked harder than anybody and has gone on to amazing things. I felt that I'd been gifted the opportunity of Atlantic College. And I felt like he had worked every single day to get it. And I felt like I didn't deserve it. So I kind of thought to myself, well, I need to reconcile that with myself and find a way to deserve it. I don't feel that I can underplay the impact that United World College and Atlantic College actually had on me as an individual. I think because of Atlantic College, I've now created 2 children's charities, both of which are operating today. I owe Atlantic College, not the building, although the building was nice, and not the IB, although I thoroughly enjoyed it. I owe the people that I met everything.
I always like to say that AC has shaped my life and changed my life for the better. It has really broadened the views. It has exposed me to different nations, different backgrounds that in my personal case of a small country that doesn't have such an international community at all was an experience of a lifetime.
I was part of the lifeboat, and at the age of 16, someone said, "Yep, get on that boat, drive it around, do the skills you need to do, and then bring it back in safely." That confidence that someone had in me that I could do more really shook me. It really made me think that, like, I can literally do anything I want.
It made me realize of the importance of giving young people the opportunity to take control of their own learning experience, like the opportunity to question, the opportunity to propose projects, the opportunity to look for themselves for answers.